And welcome back, everybody. This is Thorn with the Game Design Lexicon. We are currently playing The Fool's Errand for the PC Windows platform, or excuse me, for the MS-DOS platform. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. We are currently trying to solve this puzzle here. So when you hit these little things, it's not really predictable as to where they come out, right? So that doesn't make any sense. So deet, and then we'll go bonk, 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 bonk. We got our Schwishtika again. Bonk, 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 bonk. And see, this is as close, almost as close as we've gotten. This right here is as close as we've gotten, right? I wonder if it has anything to do with the locations of the board. Like, see, I hit these, and that completely clears those out. Oh, hey! Holy shit, I just got it. Behold the third key of Thoth. What's this? What's this? This is weird. This is really weird. Oh, no. Oh, come the fuck on. It's not my fault it went into the fucking menu. So be careful with your dragon. Don't go into the menu. Okay, finish that one. Taking his leave, the fool came to a narrow pass and was stopped by a stubborn page swinging a heavy sword. This is the page of swords, by the way. You cannot come this way, he ordered. The 4 kings are in council. Oh, look, cried the fool. 8 giant letters have just appeared across the face of the land. Where? The page demanded, looking all about. I cannot see any such thing. But the fool did not reply, for he had taken the opportunity to sneak past the page and run up the road. Okay, that's another one solved, which means another save file down. What, has that opened any previous? Nope, no previous. High Priestess still can't be done. That means the only doable ones currently are these ones on the last, on Chapter 5. So let's go to the devil. Not something that I would normally say, but, or maybe I would, I don't know. Maybe I am of the devil, who knows? I mean, I can't really say, can I? One page of devil here. How's everything look? Okay. So, ha 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 ha. A sinister voice cackled. The fool whirled about and came face to face with the devil himself. He had wings of a bat, the horns of a ram, the legs of a goat, and the feet of a bird. It is good, he gloated. Tell me, little one, which do you prefer, to be living or to be dead? Living, the fool answered without hesitation. Then you had better choose another path to follow, the devil cackled, waving a sizzling pitchfork over his head and vanishing in a burst of brimstone fire. Oh no. Okay, so with this one, the start is always this word here. A single word is either going to be an A or an I, right? And is there no hint or anything on this one? And these are going to be... A or I. So I'm guessing the key is to figure out where it's putting an I or an A. So like, for example, here is fine, because that can either be an I or an A, because it's a second letter, right? That can either be an I or an A. I mean, hell, that could be F-E-A-R, right? Oh, no, it couldn't be fear. Those two have to be the same letter. Anyway, that's a good thing to remember there. So A or I here. The big indicator, in my opinion, is this word here. A three-letter word beginning in I, right? Which I'm sure there are many of. But probably less than there are three-letter words beginning with A, right? So, let's see. What other kinds of chicanery can we have here? So, next, I guess we're going to have to concentrate on the two-letter words. Because two-letter words are going to be either is, or as, right? But they can't be both is and as because that's not going to work. I mean, it could theoretically be it. This is a toughie. This one's a toughie. So the only... Oh, no, that can't be right? See, that has to be either an A or an I. And it can't be both. It can't be... Well, wait a second. Not both. What am I saying? Oh, this is a tough one. Also, I wasn't able to get any music working on my last break. So, hurrah, hurrah. For some reason, VLC just doesn't seem to be playing YouTube streams anymore, which is just fucking par for the course, really. So, let me pull up my web browser. Let's do list of two-letter words. So, two-letter words. Why is this not... Oh my god, dude, it's all clickable. Oh, I need one that I can cut and paste, guys. Oh, there we go. Awesome. So, let's start off with a list of two-letter words, right? Because those are going to be the big ones. This one is going to be either A or I, right? We know that. And we do know that it changes one of the two-letter words, which is this one right here. So we do know that another two-letter word is going to either begin with an I or an A, right? So let's go over here to my list of two-letter words. Beep. Okay. So it's a list of two-letter words, and we know a lot of these it's not even going to be, right? Let's move it down to where you can see it. Okay, like A, B, A, D. It's not going to be A, E, A, G, A, H, A, I. I don't even know that these are words, honestly. Am is a possibility. An is a possibility. Let's see. As is a possibility. And what we're going to do is we're going to round it down to words that it could or couldn't be, right? So, C-H-D-A-D-E-D-I, do. Maybe? E-A-E-D, E-E-E-F, E-H, E-L, E-M. None of these. F-A-F-E, go. Yeah, that's a possibility. So it's kind of really easy to just kind of weed out any of the words that it couldn't be. Because obviously there's going to be a shitload of them. Like H-M. How is that even a word? Ho. It's not going to be ID. Oh, wait a second. I don't want to actually delete them. I want to put them out into their own category of it's not going to be this. If, oh, hi, I guess it could be hi. Could be is. Could be it. It's not going to be ya. K-I, K-O. La, li, lo, ma. Could be me. So, could be my. We're pretty much have rounded down which words it can be. And then, of course, when we apply the fact that one of them has to have either an A or an I as the first letter, that's going to round it down even further, right? Of. And then O, possibly. Oi. I don't think it's going to be okay, right? Should we keep that? Yeah, I'll keep it just in case. I don't think it's going to be okay, though. Let's see. On, it could be. It's not going to be oo. Op, could be or. Let's see. It's not going to be OS, OX, OY, PA, PE, PI, PO. What are even these words, dude? C. Could be so. So, starting off with these two-letter words, with the words that have less letters in it is the best way to kind of suss this out. So, let's see. Could be two. Ugh. I don't think it's going to be or Could be us, but I doubt it. UT. Could be we. Definitely not going to be wo, ji, ju, ya, yi, yo, you, za, zi, zo. Okay, so there we go. We got a list of words that it could and couldn't be. Ones that begin with an A. And then ones that begin with an I. Oh. Right? So, if this is A, I, where's that two-letter word that, oh, wait, oh, there it is. Okay, so if this is I, then it has to be either if, in, is, or it, right? So, I guess the key would be to pay attention to where these are putting them. Let's see. If in F in S or T. F in S or T. Or T. So let's change that to, you know, I'd almost guess that that's going to be A, though. Wait a second. That doesn't mean the second one has to be an I, right? Yeah, that kind of complicates things, doesn't it? So we have three words that are going to be the same. Like, all of those are going to be a two-letter word, right? So the question is, what would be an oft repeated two-letter word? Like the very end here, as something, as done, something, right? And then as in the beginning. which means that's going to have to be an I, because that's the only possibility. We have another 2-letter word here, and that one's going to have to begin with an S, which pretty much leaves us with so, right? Somehow I don't think that's the case, because we're missing so many damn vowels. S, 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 S. So, if this is so, which I don't think it can be, we'd need a 3-letter word with in, or with S. We'd need 2 3-letter words with S as the middle letter. Oh, this one's tough. I'm not going to be able to get this one. I'm sitting here talking it out like I'm going to be able to, but I'm not going to be able to get this one. Like doing we, that's not going to work. Oops. Yeah, I'd almost guess that AS. I mean, because it's not going to be like if, right? Because there's no 2-letter word that begins with an F. So, okay. So we got a strategy here. Let's kind of do that here. B, D, G, E, M, N, O, S, T, U, W. So those are a possibility. No C. D, E, F, G, H, I, let's see, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, and then V, right? W, X, Y, Z. So all the letters that we do have and all the letters we don't have, right? So we're going to flag. So if we make this one if, right, that means we're going to have a 2-letter word here that begins with an F, and all these are going to be F too, right? So that's not possible. So it can't be if. So let's go ahead and cross off if as that first word. So no if. In. Now, it could possibly be in, but that would no A. I mean, that doesn't make any sense, right? No A. Plus, we would have another 2-letter word that had an I as the second letter. So, oh, wait a second. That is actually a good point here, right? So, if we have I as the first letter here, we have a 2-letter word here that has I as the second letter. So that pretty much discounts every word that begins with an I. So we can pretty much count out that in all of them, right? So he, let's do the H's, right? This could possibly be O. That's the only O. No, of. O-H. Oh, he wept. He... Ha. W-E-P-T. So that's right. It's something about weeping, right? I'm going to make a little question mark here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1. And 1, 2. I wonder if that is right. Wept. I mean, that's a weird coincidence if it isn't. But I mean, I guess this game's probably filled with weird coincidences. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait a second. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. So if that is wept... Oh, wait a second. That's a 4, not a 3. He wept. Which means that no matter what, he wept, he wept. God damn, this is confusing. The O, he wept, he something. Something with an E in it. Doesn't seem to make any sense. Of course, the O could, that could actually be completely different. That could be A, S. No. This X is definitely not an X, right? W-O-S-S-E-N. H. Dude, this is racking my fucking brains. E-C? So if this is he, then we got a 2-letter word that's beginning with an E, which we don't have any. So this can't be he, period. Which means this word is... Oh, wait a second. It could be we. No, it couldn't be we. So this isn't wept. That was just a coincidence, right? Because he leaves a 2-letter word that has to begin with an E, which we don't have. So I'm thinking it can't be he. I doubt it's high. I think we can... So I think we can cross off that first word being he or high. I'm really inclined to think it's as. Because if it's as, we have as in both of these places. We have a 2-letter word where the second letter is an A, which there is none. So it can't be that. Oops. Oh, this is really rough. So we do know that these 3 words are going to be the same no matter what. And I'm not doing a very good job of sussing out which ones they are. Or aren't. So let's start at the top of the list. I'm not good at this, obviously. Okay, I don't think any of that's right. So also, I think we can discount all of these and remove them entirely. Except for maybe AH. Okay, let me double check these to make sure there's none of them that we could have missed. Because I'm going to delete them because I don't want them to bias my, or screw up my opinion here. EXFAFEGIGA. Huh? Ho! I wonder if it could be ho. Somehow I doubt it's ho. It's definitely not id. And then I can just discount these one at a time by putting them in that first word, right? Because we know the 1-letter word needs to be either an A or an I. And then the first word needs to match all 3 of those words and still make sense. However, the first letter of that also needs to be the second letter of that last second word. And with those parameters, we should be able to disqualify them accordingly, right? So this is what we got. And I am including even things that I think it possibly couldn't be. So, on, oz, at, be, do, go, he, hi, ho, if, in, is, it, me, my, no, of, oh, okay, on, or, so, to, us, and we. So we'll start at the beginning, and we'll do a, h, a, H, and we know if it's an A, that has to be an I, right? It also means that all of these other ones have to be AH. What we want to do is we want to look for anomalies that are caused by AH that just can't exist, right? So we go down to the beginning. We'd have to have a word here that began and ended with an A, which is kind of weird. Those exist, like Asia, for example. But it does kind of add a point against it. And we want to look for any other rules that it might impose that would cause it to not properly work. For example, this would have to be an I. It couldn't be an AH. I mean, it couldn't be a, it couldn't be an A, right? Now, the big thing, the big indicator here is this one here. Well, first off, we have a word here that it's going to begin with an I instead of a A. And it's a 3-letter word, and there's not a lot of 3-letter words that begin with an I. Not that I can think of, anyway. The big thing, though, is we now have another 2-letter word that's going to have to end with an A, right? And when I look at the list that we have here, there are none that that end with an A. So that's going to disqualify So let's go ahead and dash that one out. And let's go to am. Same quality. Now, wait a second. That disqualifies all A words, right? So we can disqualify am. We can disqualify an. We can disqualify as, at, right? So now we have B, E. So BE, which means we're going to have a 2-letter word that is going to end with a B. Doesn't exist, right? So that's the key, is we have to have a word that begins with a letter, a 2-letter word that begins with a letter that also they end with, right? So if I put in D-O, that means I have to have one that ends with a D, which, and of course this counts with the ones that we've already discounted, right? We can look at those again. But there is none. There is none. So that is slash off for do. I think that's a slash off for go, because there's no G. He. That would mean that could be a possibility. And we already did this one, right? He. So that means we'd have to have... Oh, man, and I'm leaning so close to that. Oh, he wept. He... That wept is just kind of... Hey, Likros, welcome. Thanks for the raid. Wow, nice. 7 people on your stream. That's awesome. Awesome day. I hope everything's going well for you. I hope your stream went well. We are currently sussing out a puzzle here on Fool's Errand for MS-DOS. Hey, welcome to the stream, and thanks for the raid. I certainly appreciate it. Though I gotta admit, what we're doing here is just kind of boring, not to mention on top of that, looking like break time. Oh, god dang it. Yeah, I gotta take a break here. So my music today doesn't work, so I don't know when my break starts, because it only gives me a visual cue, and since I'm only looking at my puzzle, I'm not noticing it that often. I don't know how long we've been on our break window either. So let me go ahead and give a break message to those of you who are just joining me. I'm going to be back in a couple seconds here. Going to take a short break. Short music break. This is Thorm, the Game Design Lexicon. We're currently playing a game called Fool's Errand for the MS-DOS platform and DOSBox ECE. If you like our content, give us a follow down below on Twitch, where we do stream currently Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, noon p.m. till 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm again going to take a short music break, and I will be right back with some more Fool's Errand.